Alright, Carter, we're going to go ahead and take a look at your motion here from behind now. And I've got you matched up with Matt Harvey, one of the best young pitchers in the game, real hard thrower. And one of the reasons I really like this pitch that I've got you matched up against here, you just watch this pitch. I can watch this over and over again. You watch me get loaded up here, but not only is it 99 miles an hour, but bam, he just hits the glove, paints the outside corner. You know, if we just watch that again, see the hitter doesn't even stand a chance. Just 99 on the black. Not much you can do with that. So pretty awesome stuff right there. But getting back to what he does in his motion versus what you do, I think there are some things that you can see or learn from watching how he generates power in his motion compared to what you're doing. Because you do some things extremely well, especially for a young pitcher your age. You get really great early momentum. You get your body moving towards the target very well. You get actually very good hip-to-shoulder separation. But the way you get there is something that I think could be improved in order to get more power out of your lower half and hips, particularly. But other than that, you do a lot of very, very good things. So I think watching how you move versus Harvey here will sort of give you some insights there. So let's just watch you get loaded up. Going up. Oop, you know what? This video, there's a bit of a lag here where you're a little bit early, so I'll speed it up to that point. There we go. Get loaded up. Again, you got that real high leg lift. Not a problem if it's not throwing you off balance or causing you to swing out the front foot. But we have noticed you swinging that front foot open a little bit, so that might be something to play around with, is just not going quite so high, at least while you're working this aspect of your delivery, staying loaded and closed with your front knee, hip, and front foot. Alright, so coming out of that leg lift, right here again, I like that, how you're staying closed off, with your glove arm, leading with your hips. This is good action here, front foot closed. And we watch Harvey now coming out. I mean, he does it differently, so it's not. It just kind of shows you there's no one way to do it. He comes kind of straight down with his foot while he's getting his hips moving out. You can see that back leg bending. All right, that's one thing he does very well. As he's moving down the mound there, he really gets good flexion in his back leg, so he's kind of sitting into his stride, and that just puts him in a very good position where his hips are moving down and out, sort of sinking down as he's moving down the mound. Really helps him accelerate powerfully and put him in a good position to drive out late with that back leg and with his hips. But the other thing I point out is his front foot. Okay, so it's pointed basically towards third base here, and he sort of maintains that as he moves down the mound. All right, so then just watching you continue on. So right here again, you're very nice and close with your upper half. So I like how you're staying close with your upper half. However, you do see that front foot starting to swing open. Good amount of space there between your front knee and your back knee. And just compare that with what you're seeing with Harvey here, how he keeps things kind of more directed towards the target, but staying closed off with this front foot. And it's really not until late, we just watch him go into front foot plant. It's really right there, and then bam, right there where he's coming down. And if we watch you, so I think you can just see how early the front foot and the front knee are opening up. As you go into front foot plant. Alright, and then when you land, I mean, right here is basically where you're bearing weight on that front leg. And not bad. I mean, perhaps a tiny bit late with your throwing arm, but it's up and you're pretty much ready to throw. The thing I'd point out is you have very good hip-to-shoulder separation. So your hips are starting to open up towards home plate, but you're nice and closed off with your shoulders for the most part. This is much better than what I see with a lot of young pitchers. I mean, you've got this nice arch right here from sort of your back shoulder to your back foot. That's really what you see with most sort of elite power pitchers. And that's what you see with Harvey here as well. So that's great. I mean, the fact that you're getting that kind of action just shows how you're in a very good position to generate power, and you're already doing a lot of things right. If we can just stay closed off and loaded up with your hips longer, I think you'll get that more explosive hip and then shoulder rotation. See how his hips are going, and then it's the shoulders, bam. So you get that kind of late whip. The other thing I really want you to see is, let me just clear up these lines. Because you're swinging open with that front foot and the front knee really, so the hips are pulling open, watch your back foot. Okay, so that's really what I want to highlight here. is your back foot and Harvey's back foot. Notice how as he goes into front foot plant, how long his heel stays on the rubber. Alright, and then it's not till like bam, when he's ready to throw, his hips fire open, that back foot comes off. He's a little different than a lot of guys. I mean, you do see pitchers and hard throwers who explode off the pitching rubber late and that heel will come off. So he's a little bit, he just shows that you don't necessarily have to do that to throw 99 miles an hour. But what you do see with most pitchers is you don't want that heel to pop up early. Okay, when that heel pops up early, number one, it's an indicator that the hips have already fired open, but you're just in a less powerful position. So, and to me, that's just happening because that front foot and front knee is kind of pulling, your whole front side is kind of pulling your hips open instead of staying loaded up and closed and then firing the hips open, sort of starting that more with your back leg a little bit. And then because, again, we talked about in the other ones where you're landing a little bit with that front foot directed open, that's causing you into ball release to have that your knee getting outside of your front foot, and you can see your head kind of pulling off a little bit there. So that's just pulling you in this direction towards first base as you're trying to throw that way. But one thing, let me just clear up the lines again. If we watch Harvey here, I mean, you get better, I'd say you get better forward trunk tilt. You can really catapult over your front leg more than he does. So in the deceleration phase of your delivery, I think you actually do a better job than him. So that's really great. And then you control, let me pull you back here. Control your glove arm really well right there and really firm up well with your front side, so that's all good. I mean, that, you see, that's kind of what he does as well, controlling that glove arm. So some good things going on. I think the main takeaway from this video is really that back foot. Okay, and you see how the front side opening up and kind of pulling you off the pitching rubber is causing you to lose some power that way. So hopefully that helped to make sense. If you have any questions at all about any of these videos, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Shoot me an email, give me a call. I'm happy to help out because I think you're off to a great start. So just keep up the good work and keep working hard, and look forward to keeping track of your progress.